What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a little while, as usual. Busy as always, especially the right after the holidays, kind of getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, we got another video for you today. But before we do that, just to get out of the way, obviously most of you probably saw we did the giveaway, 250 subscribers, did it, breached it, did the announce the winner, all that fun stuff, and like kind of suspected, just with all the fluctuation that it was doing and the weird things that were happening. Lo and behold, as soon as I announced the winner, basically a bunch of people that didn't win or had fake accounts, spam accounts, whatever, dropped off, unsubscribed, and we're down a handful. So it is what it is. Kind of got to expect it with giveaways, because obviously people are just coming for the free shit. They don't care about the content. But thank you for those that stayed. Hopefully you enjoy something. Hope we get something out of it, or just whatever. Thank you. But anyways, yeah. So we're still more than what we had when we started before the giveaway. So it's a win. Doesn't matter what the number is. Any is better than nothing. So yeah. Just like what the title says, let's get right into it. It's another episode. I think it's number 3 officially of what I've done for Games for Vets. So if you don't know, again, obviously there's not very many, but the channel and what this series of what these episodes, what I like to do is basically just pick a few games for ones that I love playing, that I've replayed a lot or just sunk so much time into, but also that they're just awesome games. Obviously, some are going to be the most popular, the high end stuff, because obviously that's what makes a game popular, is usually if it's good. But it's also one. So I pick games that I think that can have a healing effect, that can help you either basically turn that key off in your mind, turn your mind off, just to relax, to let your mind process, to let your body just relax. So a lot of them are like ones in the past of like simulation type stuff, that kind of bring that ambience to the world. So great music, great visuals, that kind of thing. But also just ones that are just fun as hell to play. So yeah, so let's go right into it. I've got four today. So yeah, there's never a set number. Just doing what I feel like. But first one, this is the second one, but it could be 1 or 2, is Dragon Quest Builders. So this is number 2 on the Switch. I think I have the first one on the Switch and the PS4, because it's just awesome, and when it came out for the Switch I wanted it. But if you haven't played any of these games, for one, obviously it's a spin-off. It's the Dragon Quest's take on Minecraft, which obviously Minecraft is huge, which I've honestly never played. I'm going to, and I'm holding off on that. Side note, I'm holding off on Minecraft base because I want to stream it and kind of do it like, hey, first time ever playing, let's make a fool of myself. But Dragon Quest Builders, so basically takes the idea of Minecraft and adds the Dragon Quest elements to it. So obviously the world, the enemies, and kind of adds more of RPG feel to it. And that's what I really like about it, is that you still kind of have a story, you have some sort of linear progression, but you have that building and that customization of Minecraft. And the thing I like about this, and what is really kind of a similar feel for all these, is that you can just sink hours upon hours into, and it kind of lets your body, let your mind just create whatever it wants. You can create buildings however you want. You can create whatever you want. Obviously, this is a bit more restrictive in some ways than both 1 and 2 from what Minecraft is, but they also, and one thing I really like about the second one is that it kind of has, you have kind of like your islands, I think is what, where you go. And so that's where the kind of the story is. Then you come back to kind of like your main hub, and you can basically, it's more of that full sandbox of what Minecraft. So you can literally do almost anything you want. Still has some quests and stuff you can do, but it's such a good game. I've sunk so many hours both into the first and second one. I mean, shit, I even remember I was at Bear Lake with my in-laws, my wife's family. We were just having a good time. It was snowing. It was this last year, so couldn't go outside much. But I remember I sunk so many hours that weekend into this. But it's a great game. Kind of especially for those like for me, I really like because I'm not a very creative person, and so these type of outlets where it gives me that be able to have that creative ideas and creative strokes, but also keeps it kind of contained and kind of nudges you along. That's what I really like. I don't like I don't I'm not as well. I'm not good at the full just sandbox where you can kind of do anything, mainly because I'm not a creative person. I'm an analytical style person. But here we are, Dragon Quest Builders 2. If you've never played any of them, I do think second one is actually on Game Pass right now, or you can pick them up. Honestly, they're very cheap, especially now, especially the first one. All right, number 2, an oldie. Well, for me, I don't think it's an oldie, but it's an oldie and a goodie, and that Metroid Prime. So the last time I played this was on the HD collection. That's on the Wii U, but the playing it on the GameCube mainly because I don't like the motion controls like at all. So this is the way to go if you've never played any of the Metroid Prime games at all, or the Metroid series. There's so many good ones. Obviously, the new one came out not too long ago, the Metroid Dread, which is phenomenal. But Metroid Prime, first foray into the 3D world for Metroid, and it was that first-person shooter style, but it captured the essence and basically that exploring basically vast areas and that just kind of eerie music and eerie like feel in of the Metroid series in this game so well. It is so beautiful, and that's one of the reasons why I picked it. For one, Metroid's an amazing series. It doesn't get the love that it deserves, but the exploration, it's it's fairly linear, but in a lot of ways I think it's good in this sense. There is a lot of back and forth, and again, it's by far not a perfect game, but exploring, having it's just solid combat, still keeping that essence of upgrading your abilities, your suit, your getting different weapons or beams for Samus for the all that it's just top notch, and the music is spot on. I mean, this is one that does it. It sucks you in. That music it transports you into that world so well, and it gives you such a good feel of where you are, the stuff around you, especially that first person view. And this is one that it needs to go to VR. All right, I know it's Nintendo. It's going to stay that way, but Nintendo, you need to either partner with someone, the Oculus. I don't care. Bring these games, the Metroid Prime games, to VR. It would be phenomenal, and it'd be perfect. It'd be beautiful, and shit ton of money. I know that's all you guys want. You guys want more money, but Metroid Prime, beautiful game. There's 3 of them. They're all fantastic. I'm in the middle of the third one right now. Again, playing on the Wii U, and just so good. So highly recommend it. All right, this one should come as no surprise, and probably I should have done it a while ago, but kind of I don't know, just didn't want to be that predictable of that first one, But Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's a no-brainer. 10 out of 10 almost across the board, rated one of the best games of all time, if not the best game of all time. And this is, in my opinion, this is the pinnacle of basically really not necessarily what a game should be, but if you're trying to find that escape, find that adventure, and basically have that fantasy element into your life to turn your mind off and to recuperate from basically the dredges of the world right now. This is the pinnacle of it. I mean, you got everything. You have the storyline. You can go basically just straight to the place, hit some shrines along the way, hit the beasts, the divine beast, all that. Go defeat Ganon. Again, but it just has so much to it that it'll keep you going for hours. All the side quests, all the Korok seeds. I think they're called seeds. God, it has been a hot minute since I played. But the weapons, which is great for customization, especially it's such a break from the traditional Zelda formula. I think there's like 210 of the shrines that you can do alongside all that. Then you have all the DLC for it. Just beautiful game. I mean, there's some where they give it an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, and it's like, cool, yeah, it is a fantastic game, but kind of to a niche market, to specific players. It's like not everyone is first person shooter, so they, if Halo got a 10 out of 10, they may, not everyone's gonna love it because of that. But I don't. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, except for those that basically just don't like video games in general, I don't feel like there is any gamer that should or does hate Breath of the Wild. Like, I really don't think like there should know anybody that calls themselves a gamer that enjoys gaming even on any kind of a scale should enjoy this game. It has everything and it is just beautiful. It has that Nintendo charm, but it is expansive. It's huge. You can spend hours upon hours into it, and it just keeps you going. You can just like I just want to do one more shrine. Ooh, I just want to find what's over that ridge right there. It's fully open world, and it's just such a great take on the Zelda universe, but to expand it and to reimagine it, kind of like what Tales of Arise has done with the Tales series. But this basically is like Tales of Arise times 10 in that aspect of the change. But can't say enough about it. I mean, most of you guys have already played it. If not, don't hesitate. It doesn't matter if it's still $50, $60. Even if you can get on sale, it's only like 41. But a perfect game. Nothing bad to say about this game. It's beautiful. I played it a couple of times now through. I know I think once or twice on regular mode, and I think once, and I'm on a second playthrough of the master mode. So good, so good. Can't say enough about it. All right, last one. I actually don't have a case for because it's just on my 3DS, and yeah, I honestly have very little 3DS games in terms of the actual cases, but that is Fantasy Life. So very very kiddie style game. It's very cartoony. It's well, I'd say it seems like on the surface it's very simple, but really there's so much to do in it. And so this is right now that's my current binge that I just can't stop playing, and my wife can attest to it. That literally before I go to bed I play for an hour or so. Anytime I can, I'm playing this game. So Fantasy Life, it's literally exactly what the name suggests. It's basically you're obviously it's in a fantasy world, but you basically just you make a character and it's cool. You choose a life, which is kind of in a profession, a class. So it's in a lot of ways it's really kind of like an MMO, but not online. So you can choose it, you can change it. So and then it's all you. So you have some of the melee classes of warrior, paladin, or not warrior, mercenary, paladin, archer, wizard, or magician. But then you have some crafting classes with carpenter, with blacksmith. You have fishing, mining. There's so much to do. And what I like about it is that so you change a class and your life, and then you have basically challenges to do. So build this, attack that, kill that, whatever, capture that, and so you do it, and then you can change it anytime. And the thing I like about it, and I actually didn't realize it at first, is when you change your life, obviously you can still basically accomplish the things for those other ones. So like right now I'm on the last one I think there's 12 total. And so I'm a magician right now going through killing stuff. But if I see a tree that needs chopped down, because you have basically a woodcutter, you can go chop down that tree because you can have all of those the equipment, all the tools equipped at all times. And so you can progress all of your lives at the same time while you're still progressing the story. And so it just makes for such in depth. It has some little elements that if you've ever played like the Cooking Mama shows or like those type or the games where it's like you have to go to different stations. So a lot of the crafting is like that. So you have 3 different stations for each one, and it's like cool, go here, here, here while you're crafting stuff. But it's just fun. It's simple, but it's addicting. It's like cool. I just want to do that one more thing, and that's exactly the type of games that I think can help you, that can help. And so that's why I like it. It lets my mind turn off and just cool, long days of work, cool, just hang out, watch a show, play a little Fantasy Life. So it's awesome, it's great. So if you haven't played that, if you can try to find it, obviously on 3DS, if you have a 3DS or a DS, or actually I don't know if, no, it's a 3DS, yeah. So obviously you need a 3DS. I played on a 2DS right now, but obviously those type of games are hard to get and they're hard to find, and the retro or the used gaming scene is ridiculously overpriced right now. So you know what, if you can find it by legitimate means, then do so, wink wink. But great game, so fun, and you will. You'll just sink some hours into it, even if just for a brief spell. It's just fun. Um, anyways, yeah, cool. That's all I got. So 4 games, fantastic games. Honestly, I feel like they're a good variety, a little bit different from each one. That's why I kind of try to. I don't want to try to pick all the same things. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So if you haven't played any of those, by all means, try some. If you want any other recommendations, again, I want to do these here and there throughout the year, just again to help vets basically to find times to just escape. That's what fantasy is all about. Fantasy books, fantasy games, fantasy board games, whatever the case is. And the kind of the whole idea and the type of games that I pick are basically ones that kind of break the mold, and more specifically that break the mold of what veterans usually play, which is the first-person shooters, the Call of Duties, which again, those are great. Those are great games, especially for building community and building friendships. But just playing those games, especially if you're not playing with other people, playing with your friends, having a good time in that sense, it's not a relaxing. A lot of time it's not relaxing. Not saying it's not for everybody, but for the most part, it's kind of getting you hyped up. It's that competition, and which is great, and there's always a place for stuff like that, and there is a lot of healing that can be done, especially for those suffering from PTSD, from any kind of traumatic experience. But having these type of games that can help you fully turn your mind off or fully escape into a fantasy world. The same of if you're an avid reader of what a good book can do. It's so important. It's so important to basically stop and just calm down, just to relax. You don't have to be going 100 miles an hour all the time. So there's a time and place for it, and there's some good that can come of it, but not all the time. So that's what all these are for, and why I pick the games that I do. So if you haven't already, subscribe, comment if you like the games. If you didn't, if you have any recommendations of which games I should cover next in this series. But yeah, if not, yeah, it helps out a lot. But if you hit the bell icon and you haven't subscribed, or if you already are subscribed and you haven't hit that bell icon, it'll let you know when I do uploads. So hopefully I am on my final class and I am halfway through the final my paper. And so once that's done, I will have a decent amount of time on my hands, or a lot more than I have. So hopefully more content, more streaming. I want to get more streaming in, and I just haven't been able to. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a great start of the new year. I will mention the new year is hard. It's kind of that crash after all the candy, all the holidays, all the gatherings, all that. And so if you are struggling, reach out to someone. Reach out to me. Play some of these games. Do something that can kind of help you escape that. It's a hard time, and it's kind of a dreary time. For a lot of the world, it's cold. It's wintry. And yeah, that there always does some kind of seem to be a void after the holidays, because holidays my favorite time of year. But so play some of these games, escape a little bit. Don't let it take over anything in your life. Kind of find that healthy balance. But yeah, play some games. You won't regret it. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.